Hi, my name is Ross, and I am the author of this brand new book, Will and the Wisp. And to celebrate it going on pre order in Amazon, you'll see the link wherever you're seeing this video. I thought I would give a little read of the opening just to give you a flavour of what is inside this book. I hope you find it as exciting as I do. Chapter 1: The Night Chase. The Wisp hurtles down the side street and then spins to the left, faster and faster, as fast as she can. She hears heavy boots on the damp cobbles and the howls and whoops behind her. A glance back shows some of the hunters grasping electric spears, running them against the granite walls. The sparks crackle in the air as they singe the old stones black. The rain lashes down onto the old slate roofs, making the whole city bristle with noise. Amongst all this chaos, she keeps running. She tries hard to concentrate on the sound that beckons. It's fragile, like fine thread unwinding from a spindle. She knows if she loses it inside the noise of the chase, it might never be found again. The sound is hope. The Wisp propels herself forward. She has never heard the Song of the Thresholds until this night. She didn't even exist when they were last open, but if a threshold was open and singing to her, then there was a chance, a small chance, she might escape with her life. The city is woven like a tightly gnarled knot through which she twists and turns, doubling back on herself when she comes across another squad of hunters in the alleyway ahead of her. They are systematic, cutting off streets, encircling her, trying to pen her in. She works fast to plot a new route in her mind, turning towards the sound whenever she has the chance. The hunters are like a pack of wild dogs, catching the scent of prey in their nostrils. They will not lose her. She is quicker than them, but they are relentless. And while she may be invisible, the lashing rain runs down her body, making her shimmer. They are swooping upon her again and again, each trying their best to seize the Wisp in their talons. But agile and quick, she darts across the city square into another crumpled heap of side streets. The Wisp turns to try another corner, but misjudges the pivot and crashes hard into a wooden door that rattles on its hinges. Trying to correct her balance, she slips as the wet gravel beneath her gives way. Landing in a heap, she looks up and notices a looming shadow in front of her. The only humans ever out at this time of night are hunters. She scurries upwards, grabbing the nearby lamppost. The wet metal squeals with her grip. She freezes as he turns and smiles. She knows what he sees. The raindrops are not falling through the air as they should, but they're running down her transparent frame. The outline of her shape is like the film of a bubble, and he aims to burst her wide open. The hunter grips his stinger with both hands and thrusts it forward with force. There is a hellacious crack. With a flash, she is no longer invisible, appearing instead as a stark blue outline of a girl that shines bright in the night air. The Wisp spasms with shock as the current jolts through her. The street lamp that she has been holding on to goes out with a bang. They are both startled as the glass of the lamp shatters and cascades down with the lashing rain. She recovers first, using the distraction to dart off in another direction. From the corner of her eye, she sees that the others have caught sight of her again and join the chase. She runs as tiny bolts of power pulsate through her, tiny sparks snapping along the air, dashing down the empty road so fast that some of the shop shutters tremble in their wake. The electricity zips and buzzes, and suddenly the Wisp loses all sense of the sound she has been chasing. She desperately tries to find it again, but she cannot stop to listen, cannot take a moment's breath to focus on her surroundings. The hunters are too close. They bellow and bark as they pursue their prey. They brandish their stingers like tiny electric tongues, lapping at the wet air, hoping to taste the Wisp once more. She wishes she had never left her hiding place. The sound is lost, and they almost have her captured. All of her friends have disappeared, one by one, caught by the hunters and never seen again. She didn't know if she was the last spirit left, but she hadn't seen another Wisp or gas for days, possibly weeks. All the Wisp can do is run, but she knows that they will catch her too. It is inevitable. The hunters are so close they can feel the electricity as it jumps from their stingers, launching through the air towards her. But then, as she rounds another corner, the sound swells once more. The note It is there, louder than ever, and it pulls her forward. She pushes towards it with a burst of energy so strong it creates a little space between herself and the hunters. Sprinting down a side street on the right, all the time following the sound, the Wisp finds herself in the vast openness of the University Square. The sound has become rich and harmonic, like it is singing to her, willing her to keep running. The spindle-threaded tone pulses like a throbbing heartbeat. The sound is emanating from a tall marble fountain that stands in the centre of the square. As the hunters emerge into the square, they begin to fan out, cutting off as many exits as they can. They think they have her trapped. They do not hear the sound. She knows they cannot hear what she is hearing. It must be a threshold. This is her chance. She runs full tilt across the square, making for the fountain. A ferocious hunter hurls his stinger. It skids on the ground beside her as it lands. She notices another in the corner of her eye, flying through the air, and ducks just in time. They hope to harpoon her like a prized beast. She runs for her life. Making one last surge towards the town, the Wisp dives head first into the ornate marble fountain. She instantly regrets it as the first stinger plunges into the water. She steels herself, expecting the pain of the electrified water to slice through her. But there is nothing. The stinger is in the water vibrating around its horrific prongs. But it seems so far away. The Wisp is deep in the water now, deeper than a fountain should go. She looks up at the world above, illuminated in the moonlight. The world of hunters and stingers and thrashing and rain, the world that was so immediate and real and close only a second ago, is now a tiny fading dot. All she knows is that the sound, the alluring sound that had drawn her out of hiding, now surrounds her, resonating through the water. She is in a deep seam. It feels like a cavern at the bottom of the world, the edges of it close around her. The satisfying tone builds to a crescendo, and then with the slightest of breaths, she feels the world above her close, and below her a new world rushes into existence. She collapses into it, still in the water but no longer in the fountain. The sound and the world of the Wisp has still in the water but no longer in the fountain. The sound and the world the Wisp has lived in all her life disappears completely. It was a threshold. I have crossed over. I'm somewhere new. That's a little extract of the first chapter of Will and the Wisp. I'll be doing some more readings, so keep tuned wherever you're finding this video to see some more readings and extracts from this book. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it enticed you to pre-order. I would love it if you pre-order. Pre-orders are really great for authors, and it lets Amazon know that this book is in demand. So if you can, do pre-order Will and the Wisp now in the link below. Thanks.